We've been so consumed by data these days, whether it's collecting it, dissecting it, protecting it. After all, data is the most valuable commodity we have, right? There's so many technologies that help encrypt, tokenize, pseudonymize this data. But there's another type of data, and that's biometric data. Whilst we're still not at the level of the sophistication of Hollywood standards, I have to say that we're not far off either. Our faces apparently are just as unique as our fingerprints. You can recognize us from the size of our noses, the dimple we might have, the distance between our eyes. So it's no surprise that facial recognition tech is being harnessed more and more across all sectors. In financial services, there are use cases where AI is being used to develop technology for ATMs. There's no need to use a card anymore. You just walk up to the ATM, it recognizes your face and Bob's your uncle, you've got your cash and you're on your way. But with every positive, there's always a negative. This tech could be weaponized. Governments could use it, terrorist groups could use it, and whilst we can argue that it's really fantastic for the police force, you got to come to the understanding that some of this technology doesn't always work that perfectly either, like my iPhone, for example. So, how do we protect this type of data from being abused? This is where it seems to me that actually for the first time, the tides are changing and turning. We're seeing regulatory initiatives being more proactive in terms of safeguarding our rights and really insisting that compliance by design is embedded in the process when we're developing these technologies. It's really evident from the recent data privacy regulations like the GDPR, where biometric data is considered a special category of personal data, and you need a special basis for legal processing and privacy legal impact assessments, etc. And now with the California Consumer Privacy Act coming into effect in January 2020, we're seeing more groundbreaking steps being taken to make sure the protection of our privacy and our rights. The impacts of the Act will make the collection, sharing and sale of biometric data more transparent. So it's interesting to see how it's going to play out for businesses that use this technology and this biometric data, and how regulators regulate them as the technology advances. So interesting times ahead. What do you think? Speak soon.